This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com.
Hopefully Rock is back in the world title picture. He's scheduled to wrestle the world champion Triple H and Steve Austin in a triple threat match at Survivor Series for the title. Of course, we know what's coming. Austin, since he's bald and has a goatee, they hit that motherfucker with a car. And he's going to be out of the match and out of the ring until October of 2000. He's out getting a neck surgery. Big Show is put into Austin's place in the match. So you know what that means. He's going to win the world heavyweight title. 16 minutes and 15 seconds, 2.5 stars. Shane McMahon is involved here wearing a referee shirt. Vince is going to show up looking stern to save the day after DX attacks The Rock. But he hits Triple H with the belt, missing the first time as a tease, connecting the second, and then Show chokeslams Triple H and gets the pin. Is the thinking here, and you've told us some old school wrestling theories before, that if you have to have a replacement, it needs to be better than the original. Well, that's impossible here because it was Steve Austin. So you have to go with the next best thing and let whoever the replacement is go over, right?
Yeah, it's yes. The answer is yes. And not always, but in this particular situation, because no one thinks that's going to happen for the most part. So you go with the shock and awe of it all, and always try to have a better replacement, and always try to give them something that they can't call in that replacement. And that was the idea here.
Well,
they were in awe.
It happened, and it feels, I don't know, a little less than, does it not?
Without a doubt. I don't know that we could have done anything that would have been holy shit in replacing Austin. That's just, especially in this era, that was hard to do.
Talk to me a little bit about, Big Show here. You know, I mean, he came in and I know we're going to do way more on him some other time, but it does feel like for his first big world title win like this, I don't know, just feels like a missed opportunity. And I realize, you know, everybody's scrambling, looking for I shouldn't say I realize, let me ask, you got to be scrambling, looking for something when you realize, God damn, our meal ticket's out and we don't know when he's coming back. We got all these other guys, but we need to hurry up and fucking make another motherfucker. You just referred to the pillars, so to speak, as The Undertaker, Triple H, The Rock, Stone Cold, and Mankind. And now you're down one. So we got to move somebody up, right?
Sure. And you've got a hell of an investment in this giant.
Literally.
And to make the giant an attraction and to make Big Show an attraction, you've got to do something with him. You know, Paul, good Lord, if Paul had been in the shape, Paul White, the giant, had he been in the kind of shape that he got into in latter years, there would have been no stopping him. And I think that during this time, Big Show was still smoking and not in the best shape. So the jury was still out, but you needed to do something different, needed to at least attempt it.
It's pretty crazy, man, that this all went down the way it did. Let's talk about the decision here. Did you know before you got to the building that day, y'all were going with Big Show? I mean, when you know that Austin's out, do you come up with it right then? Or is it something where day of the show, somebody says, what if?
We knew going in. No, we knew going in day of the show. Definitely. The decision was made, and it was, we've got to do something here. And that decision had already been made. Do people really think there's heat between me and JR?
Well, no, you just said it like, oh, JR will drink whatever you put in front of him, implying
he will.
But you're implying that Jim's a drunk. I wouldn't classify Jim as drunk.
No, alcoholic. I'm kidding. God damn it. I'm sorry.
I know you don't have time, but you're going to get tweets about it on Thursday because he's going to light
I'm
your
not,
ass up.
no, because I love JR, and I'm not insinuating that in any way, shape, or form. I just absolutely love busting his balls. And without Jim, frankly, I got a bunch of shit the other day that someone sent me from. Matter of fact, here I got to take a sidebar, Conrad. I don't even think I've talked to you about this, but our dear friend of the show, my very, very close personal dear friend and great all-around guy, John Paul Shelnut, suffered a severe stroke last week.
Oh my God.
And yeah, I'm sorry I didn't talk to you about this before. And he could use everyone's thoughts and prayers. I wish I could say, hey man, he's doing great, but he's got a tough battle ahead of him to regain his functions and everything. So he had actually sent me, which is why I even remembered to bring that up, and I'm sorry I had forgotten to tell you, but he had sent me some stuff from the UWF back Mid-South ways. Jim Ross had me doing the interviews at UWF and gave me a lot of opportunities and opened a lot of doors that probably wouldn't have been opened if it wasn't for Jim speaking up to the Cowboy for me and sticking me in some things and giving me an opportunity. So when I bust Jim's balls, it's out of love, it's out of respect. And when you have a friend like that and you have someone that you can do that to, then fuck your tweets and all your other shit. Jim and I are cool and always will be. And there's a lot of love and respect there. Then getting back to JP Shelnut, please, guys. One of my bestest friends in the whole wide world. He's going through a hell of a fucking battle right now. So any good thoughts and good prayers and shit send his way. JP, I love you, and I hope you're listening to this and know everybody here loves you.
What a great guy. I hope he kicks out. We had so much fun with him. Well, every time we hung out, but specifically the time in LA, that dude, he's another level, man.
Yeah, he's another level. All right.
Well, they try this verbal back and forth on August 9th with another young upstart, the debuting Chris Jericho. And a lot of people think this is one of the best debuts in WWE history. Would you agree with that? The way you guys did the countdown for the Y2J thing, and then it's Jericho interrupting a Rock promo. Do you think that's one of the best debuts?
I do. I thought it was excellent, and it was huge. But everybody was talking about it. One of my brother Chris, who was someone that didn't really follow the business, could repeat almost every line of that promo and kept talking about the guy with the stupid ponytail on top of his head.
Right.
So people got it and they enjoyed it and remembered it.
It was a moment. Brock and Jericho are going to go back and forth. I mean, what do you think in hindsight, we've talked about this on our Jericho show, but in hindsight, was this the right thing for Jericho to do? We just talked about how hard it is to verbally joust back and forth, but that is sort of what we saw Jericho do in WCW that helped level him up in 98. But in reality, that's a tall ask. And I think The Rock got the better of him that night. And I think most everybody at home would agree.
I don't agree. I think Jericho held his own. I think that Chris went out there and did sit there and did go back and forth and did hold his own and didn't shit the bed. I think there's people that would disagree with that, but I stand by it. I think that Jericho is remembered for that night by a lot of people, and Jericho was able to hang in there and do it. He didn't shit the bed, and he came right back the next week and did the same thing again.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.